So let's get it going right here, right now. And joining us on the line tonight is a man formerly known as King Tonga and Haku. He is a former WWF World Tag Team Champion, a former WCW Hardcore Champion, the face of terror, the face of fear, the one and only Meng joins us tonight on the two-man power trip of wrestling. Meng, thank you so much for coming on with us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our absolute pleasure to welcome you in, but not only to talk to you, but also to talk about PCW Ultra's Opposites Attack on Friday, June 8th. The toughest and the most feared man in the history of professional wrestling comes to PCW. Meng, how do you feel about heading out to California and joining the folks of PCW Ultra on Friday, June 8th?
Well, I'm very happy, and I can't wait to. Very excited because he's the man that running PCW Ultra. Joe, that I had no idea he disappeared from the world here from Florida, and all of a sudden, he called me on the phone, and I talked to him, and I said, out of nowhere, Joe, what's going on here? He said, well, I'm in California and I'm in LA now. So I said, what's going on? He said, I would like for you to come over and see what's going on here. And I'm glad that he's doing very well, with PCW Ultra over there in Los Angeles.
They're doing an amazing job, and we've been very lucky to help them promote a lot of shows over the last year or so. And to see the lineup that they have and all the matches that they've got going on, it's an unbelievable array of talent that they have coming in. But to add somebody like you into the fray, obviously so respected throughout the world of professional wrestling. We all know the stories. We'll get to some of that maybe in a few minutes here, but you carry such weight in the business as somebody who is legit and somebody who's just an absolute, just complete real deal. And I think that's something that's missing in wrestling today. But I got to say, when you get to a show like this at PCW Ultra, what's something that the young guys come up and ask you? Do they talk about the myths of Haku, or do they want to pick your brain and find out some of the things that have gone on in your career?
Well, so far nobody, talk about, the young guys. But, for myself, wherever I'm at, I would like to leave something for them. You know what I'm saying? In their way of, for the business and for the young generation, maybe something that they can, I believe on passing the ball, to the next generation from us. And, and that's how I look at the business, soon that I won't be around. I'm in the business. I can't wrestle anymore or whatever it will happen. But, I like for the young generation to take something, for my work or whatever I do in the ring, as I, will be there. But they never, I don't know what it is, if it's respect or, we just don't have time, to talk because, everybody is talking about their match and, what's going on and, what is going to happen. So I believe that's what it is. We just don't have the time to sit down, like I always think, with the old timers. It would be nice to sit down and, have a beer and smoke a cigar and reminisce the old days, Probably that's something that, it would be nice, and the young generation, it would be nice to have time, to sit around and I guess have a beer and talk about the business, how it was and how it is today. They know better than we do, I believe, especially, with the way the technology is going on today.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something. I can sit here and reminisce with you about the old days till the cows come home because I remember watching you for the first time, and I started watching around 1987. So the Islanders were just getting started, but I remember watching some of the old tapes and getting to see you slam Big John Studd and see you as King Tonga and see you as a young guy coming up in the business. And at that point in 1985, 1986, when you got to the WWF, completely different game for the young guys coming in now. Are you surprised with how much the guys know actually when they're coming into the business versus when maybe you got into it?
Yes, and I admire them very much because to me, I feel like they are fans of wrestling. They watch wrestling, and those who come in, I could be wrong. I feel like they know every move in in the business, in wrestling. Nowadays was we were looking for a job, you know, to take care of the family, and take care of things that needed to take care of. That's the difference. It was just a job. Nowadays, of course, how popular it is, and the new generation, they see differences, the Japanese style, the American style, the European style. So, the Mexican style, and they all mix that together, and it's unbelievable. Sometimes I feel like, when I'm in Mexico, just stand there at the corner and watch all these, guys are flying around and stuff like that. And of course, Japan is, putting together and they mix everything there. So, yes, there was a difference. Today, they're fans and, making all, they're coming in to make the money. Nowadays, we're coming in to make the money to take care of the family. It was just a job. It wasn't something that, you had to be on diet for it or look good and all this stuff. Of course, the TV nowadays is much, important than nowadays, I guess. Or it was important also, but, we were just, I believe, as a job. We were looking for a job to take care of the family.
That's great. That's great. Now, Meng, as we wrap it up here, we got to bring it back to PCW Ultra. And on June 8th, Opposites Attack is coming to Wilmington, California, featuring a night of amazing wrestling matches, featuring the stars of PCW Ultra, including the PCW Championship match, featuring Penta versus Sami Callihan. You got Tessa Blanchard versus Rachel Ellering, Shane Strickland versus Dragon Lee, and all of the other great superstars of PCW Ultra in action. So before we wrap it up here, one more time, PCW Ultra, June 8th. Meng, what are you looking forward to, and what are your final thoughts on Opposites Attack?
Looking forward to see everything that's going on with PCW Ultra. After all these years that, Joe is trying to build up, this dynasty, I'm grateful. And I'm looking forward to be part of it this coming, Friday. It's very exciting to me, and, I'm ready. Whoever is put in front of me, I'm coming, to show them a little bit of my ability. But looking forward for PCW Ultra this coming Friday.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. We thank you so much for coming in honor of having you on the show. The next person that comes through my door is getting a Tongan death grip, and it's going to be courtesy of this chat here with Meng. So appreciate it, and we thank you so much for going into such detail tonight.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all.